Hello, and welcome again to GenX A to Z. I'm Mo, and in this series, we're looking at the top toys and games of Generation X. And in this episode, U is for Uno. Uno was invented back in 1971 by Merle Robbins. The way the story is told, he kept getting into arguments with his son over the rules of another card game called Crazy Eights. And so in order to stop the arguments, he decided to create his own card game that explicitly calls out what each card did. Now, I don't know if the whole argument thing is a true story or not, but the game itself was definitely inspired by Crazy Eights, whereas instead of the eights being wild, you have explicit wild cards, and the rule cards such as like the draw 2, which in Crazy Eights would be the 2, or the reverse, which may be the queen, now have their own special cards. The great thing about Uno is that as a game, you could play it at any age. I played it as a kid, and it was kind of the go-to game when we couldn't figure out anything else to play. Played it with my own kids when they were younger, and I think they enjoyed it because the rules were so simple that, they could win and be competitive at it, even playing against me. And even today, there are computer versions that I play with friends or just random people on the internet. When I was a teenager playing with my friends, we kind of had this unspoken rule that cheating was totally allowed as long as you didn't get caught. Now you may think, well, isn't that always the rule? Yes and no. The difference is that we knew that we were all trying to cheat, and whenever we were able to get one over on each other, we always had to brag about it, and so it only worked one time. In doing my research for this video, I came to the conclusion that I don't think I've ever played a game of Uno that followed the strict rules. Matter of fact, I'm not sure if I ever actually read the rules. I just assumed the way I was taught to play was the way it was supposed to be, but it turns out that it included quite a few house rules, like be able to play a draw 2 on another draw 2 to make the person after you draw 4, and the same for the wild cards. But even to this day, when I pick up the cards and play, I still follow those same house rules that I did before. Uno has also come out with literally hundreds of variation packs, a lot like Monopoly does, where you can see everything from Disney cards to Nintendo to Scooby-Doo to Sesame Street, you name it, and they probably have a theme for it. Heck, I think there's even a few dozen themes just for different sports teams. And Uno remains a popular card game even today. You could find a version of Uno on literally every single type of console or handheld video game you can imagine. And I think we'd all have a difficult time trying to find a household that didn't have an Uno deck somewhere. Uno has definitely stood the test of time, and I'm sure will be here for a long time going forward. And for that and many other reasons, U is for Uno.
Don't miss the rest of this A to Z series. Click right here to subscribe and enable those notifications. Use the comments down below to tell us what you think, and while you're there, a thumbs up would be great too. Please share this online wherever you hang out, and connect with GXG on social networks by clicking right here.